28 seconds in Thailand, Thailand Rob. Today I want to talk to you about immigration and some tips on immigration, but first, there's this.
That's right, it's immigration day. Yeah. Blah. Surfing at 9:45 in the morning on I don't know what you call that. Well, I get to wait with this motley crew. Oh, a little bit not wet.
Oh my God, it is so hot today. What? It's a gift. It's 32 degrees and it feels like 38 with 62% humidity today. So a lot of times I get questions about immigration and I don't have all the answers, but what I'm going to do for you today is I'm going to give you some really quick heads up that will hopefully save you some time, because when I went to immigration, do you think I got everything done in one trip? No, because immigration laws around here are like string theory. So there's a lot of different ways to come to Thailand. You can get your visa and passport and everything settled in your own country, or you can just hop on a plane, fly over here, and when you get here, get your 30-day stamp for, it's not a visa, it's an exception. Visa exception. You just come in, you get your 30-day stamp, and then after 30 days, you gotta go. Or you can go to immigration with some paperwork and you can get another 30 days added on to that extension. And the reason I'm laughing about the paperwork is I can't even tell you the exact paperwork that you have to have, but I can give you some tips on it because we talk about it over here all the time. Copies of everything. If I could not teach you anything more, copies of everything. Copies of your passport, copies of anything that's been stamped in it once you got over here, copies of any, they have an exit departure card over here. I don't even know if you need a copy of that, but make a copy of that. Because that departure card, oh, and by the way, when you come to Thailand and you get that departure card, immediately staple it into your passport, because if you lose that, I've never lost it, but I've heard it's not fun. So when I went this time, I thought everything was gonna be kind of like it was last time. Why would anyone think that? So when I went this time, the first thing I was told was I didn't have all the copies of what I needed. I said, okay. Now, here's another little tip. If you go anywhere in Thailand to a copy place, you can get a copy of, one copy, it's 2 baht. If you're at immigration and you don't have this copy, they conveniently have someone pretty close by that can give you a copy. Up to 40 baht, which is about 2,000 times more expensive. Will you pay that? Probably, more than likely, just so you can get it done and get out of there. But still, I'm just letting you know, get all the copies done somewhere else. It's 2 baht a sheet, and then just have a folder of stuff. 2 photos, at least 2 photos. I would take 4 photos, I would take 4 copies. The thing I can't answer right now, is it a blue background or a white background? My pictures that I have from before are a blue background, but the question is now, is it a white background? I don't know. Maybe take both, maybe bring both. In this case, less is not more, by any means. So Ron, when you went to immigration, was it a blue background picture or a white background picture?
It was white.
White?
It was white.
Oh, my blue ones aren't gonna work.
For a 30-day extension.
So it could be blue for something else.
It could be. They do have both.
The fees for almost all extensions on tourist visas that I've heard as of this videotaping today is 1,900 baht to get another 30-day extension, or depending on the visa that you've already obtained, you might get more time on your extension. I don't know each visa's specificities. Did you graduate? The second time I went back to the immigration office with the correct documents in hand, I did not have all of the correct documents in hand. Now, did they tell me this the first time? No. Did they tell me everything the second time? That would be convenient, wouldn't it? There can be a discrepancy at immigration depending on where you live, because from what I know now, when you move into some place and you stay someplace, the landlord of where you are staying has to fill out forms and send that to immigration. If they do not send that, there is a penalty to the landlord, not to you. But usually, guess who pays it? Yeah. So in a nutshell, what I want to tell you is, as to what type of visa you should come over here with, please, this is the best advice I can give you. Contact the closest immigration by phone or in person, because the websites, every website I've found on Thai immigration is not consistently updated at the same time and may not have the newest implementations. But when I was back in America, I got on the phone, called them, actually got in the car, went down there, and everything was fine. So my tip to you and to anyone is try your best, if you can, to get in contact with the immigration in your country. The reason being is, there's not going to be a line. There's not going to be a queue for you to wait, at least not for hours and hours, to speak to someone who speaks your language and can give you the right information, even on odd stuff like how to get a one-way ticket over here. They say you can't do that. It can be done. They have to tell you what you need to bring them, and if you bring that to them, everything went smooth as silk for me. So, but when you come over here, the queue is insane. Also, they open at 10, they close at noon, they open at 1, and they close at 3, at least here in Patong. In Bangkok, you could be in the queue literally for 4 hours. You could get there at 11, have to leave for their lunch, then come back after 1, and then you're just there until you hear B725. If you ever been to immigration, that was kind of funny, wasn't it? Because you hear that all the time. So my tip to you today is, I want you to do your best to just contact the embassy in your own country and find out exactly what you need. Tell them exactly what you want, how long you want to stay, and they will work it out for you. Now, having said all of that, if that sounds like a bunch of work, and it is, there is also another route that you can do that is quite costly, but you can do it. You can go online and you can find lawyers that work with immigration here in Bangkok, everywhere. And they can assist you and do all the legwork for you if that's what you want, but that comes at a very, very steep price. You can see the prices online. Just start Googling Thailand visa and cost, and you'll see all these lawyers come up, and they'll show you the prices right on there. They'll show you the price for this visa, for that visa, how long do you want to stay. There's even VIP visas where you can stay 5. I think I've even heard up to 10 years, but whoa, the amount of money that's involved with that is just a lot. It's just a lot. And that's it for today. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about how not to get sick again. That's it. I'm sweating 38 degrees.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot to tell you this. If your passport is going to expire within a year, I highly recommend that you get a new passport before you come over here, because they say it doesn't have to be, a year is fine, but you probably will be one of the people that come over here and decide to stay longer than that. And then as your passport gets close to expiring, then you're in a predicament where you have to go to the embassy, your embassy somewhere here, order another one. You see my point that I'm getting at. And also, at least for the American passports, the last 2 pages, if your passport is full up to the last 2 pages, get a new passport. That's what I'm trying to say. I was told by my embassy here, yes, those last 2 pages can get you to the point where you might get stuck somewhere in transit if you're traveling around. So, on that little tip, I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.
Oh. Can you you take this asshole back to America, please?
Goody goody. Don't forget that.